What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris, and today I'd like to talk about a build you'll always need in Nightingale: the workshop. The heart of production for your realm, a workshop can be the difference between building seeming like an infinite grind and feeling like Minecraft creative mode. Today, we'll show you how I've set up my early and end game crafting stations with optimal augments. But before that, let's talk about the importance of a workshop in this game. The whole idea is to have a crafting location with boosted crafting times so you can mass produce the resources you'll need for building, saving you time and effort along the way. You'll want a rather large building with space to house your crafting stations and maybe add more if need be, with a source of light and warmth for each station, so any candle, and then preferably a smelting station for warmth. It's also good to remember that smelting stations like the hearth or braziers also need warmth, so you'll want to keep them all within reach of one another. So the most important rule of a workshop like this is you'll need to build beside the resource trader in your abeyance realm. You can find the resource trader on your map, but it's better to have him near the coast so you can have even ground to build on. But if you don't have a trader near the coast, you'll want to build near him anyway. Then you can use that trader to get as many resources as you can, using tin for your ingots, common wood to produce all you need without ever chopping a tree down, and the most important one for the end game, an infinite supply of stone blocks. Then with your build nearby, you can transport this stuff to your crafting area with far less hassle than setting things up near your estate. You can either toss the items on the ground and kinda leapfrog them over, or you can press auto walk with your number lock key. With all your resources infinitely reproducible, you open up so much freedom in this game. I've had this workshop since about my third day playing, and upgraded each crafting bench as I went along, then added shack pieces as an upgrade when I unlocked that build set. But this really has been the backbone of my world and my videos so far. It's helped me to make this entire pagoda mega base that is a pure vibe. So today, let's upgrade this workshop to its final form, maximize our crafting as high as we can, and get this area in line with my pagoda theme. So let's move out and then renovate. Something I learned along the way here, you can't move an object that has an augment or light source on it. Which is funny, I guess I've never tried to do that before. But we'll just grab up everything and get it all organized here. This way we could see what we still need to get crafting station wise. You'll want at least 8 hearths for 4 rooms, so you can get everything with the warmth buff. And something I actually need to get along the way here, some mortar and pestles. Now to tear this build down and put in something more geared for the end game. We'll start by taking our crude foundations and bringing them around the front. Then we'll line the outside with pavilion walls. Then we'll place down windows with the windowsill facing outward. For the interior, we're putting down solid walls. You'll want to look for the line on the outside of the wall to make sure everything is lining up as it should. Then we'll put in our doors to finish the rooms off here, placing them on the inner corners. This gives us 4 rooms to set up everything we need. We'll then make an upper floor either for expansion or something else along the way. Now it's time to cap the build off with a roof. We'll have to add some extra support in here to place all the roof pieces. And for this, we're going to use Tudor's support pillars. The pagoda pillars are great, but they're very detailed, and I kinda like the simple post that Tudor has. With our supports in place, we can finish off the roof and get to the resources needed. We've got a bunch of the resources on hand to drop off already. These were things we've been producing along the way, like ceramic, gilded lumber, and so on. but it's really hard to gauge endgame builds, and a lot of times you'll probably run short before you expect to. So let's get to some quick ways to get these items so you don't waste any time grinding out more resources. And we'll have to fix that roof later. So this is where we'll yet again be using a burner realm. This time, the Ascended Antiquarian Swamp. We'll be heading into this realm, literally burglarizing this one dude's house, and make decent profit from it after a few run-throughs. Difficulty doesn't matter, so I use easy here. Then we're gonna look for Dorji, as he's chilling in a real nice house. It'd be a shame if someone were to just... We don't really need anything but the windows and pillars as they drop paint, but we'll smash the whole house for good measure. After that, we've got ourselves a decent chunk of 4x refined materials, gilded lumber, carved wood, and a painful grind: paint. But there is one better method to getting paint here in the game. For this, we'll head to the Essence Trader in the Ascended Hunt Swamp Realm. This is the only store that sells paint in the whole game as far as I know, and it's such a power play for endgame building. Not only can you get paint for a cheap 10 T2 essence, but you can also get your carved wood and gilded lumber here. Guys like a one-stop shop for pagoda and Bhutan building. And luckily for me, the roof fixed itself. Now we have 4 evenly sized rooms for us to put our crafting stations into, and add augmentations without any hassle of overlapping. It's a pretty simple build design, and you could do this with any building style you like. I think I'll probably use the upper floor as a storage room for refined materials in the future. So now let's set up these crafting rooms, where you'll only need 1 or 2 augments per room to get maximum efficiency. Something I did to kinda get more space out of the limited range of the warmth buff is place my table saws together. It saves a ton of space, helping to get all the buffs applied, and you'll be thankful later to have more table saws. Trust me on that one. So for our sawmill room, we have the vial display, open toolbox, and the grindstone. The grindstone is placed in all our crafting rooms to buff our hearths, allowing us to smelt 8 stacks of ingots in just a few minutes. The hearths cap out at 40 seconds, and then our sawmills get the full 50-second buff. For the stonemasonry room, we use the same augments as they apply the same buffs pretty much, meaning that our masons will craft with 50 seconds taken off per item crafted, which means most things will reach the max of a 3-second craft. For our loom room, these cap out at 40 seconds taken off, and we use just the coat rack in here on top of yet another grindstone. And lastly, the sort of mixed room, where we have both mortar and pestles, as well as our tanning racks. The tanning racks get buffed by the felting bucket, and the mortars are buffed by the macabre rack and the pteridomania pot hidden behind the table. Mortars get 50 seconds, and the tanning racks get 40. And there we go! I'm really pleased with how this build turned out, but I also wanted to make sure that I had some beginner tips for you folks, as I do tend to focus more on the end game here on my channel right now. We'll be getting to early and mid-game tips next week though, so if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe for more Nightingale content. But for now, thank you for watching, hopefully you learned something here along the way, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.